Today I'm going to show you the top AI coding tool that will completely transform how you build applications. You have a brilliant idea in your mind, but bringing them to life feels overwhelming. In this video, I'm not just going to list these tools, I'm going to show you exactly when to use each one, their pricing, their superpower, and most importantly, which one is perfect for your specific needs. By the way, I'm Vinod Sharma. In the last 10 months, I went from level 0 to level 10 in AI coding. Now I'm building my startup Sukhana with these exact tool while managing development and release of consumer product at my day job. My journey went from Bolt to V0 to Claude Code Max, and I'm going to show you exact path that I took. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel, hit subscribe, and let's level up together. Let's start where I began 10 months ago and see how far you can go. Let's start with your familiar AI tools such as ChatGPT and Claude. You're probably already using these for writing, research, and answering questions. With GPT-5 and Claude Sonnet 4, they have become significantly powerful for coding. But honestly, I tried them for a few days and got frustrated. You have to copy paste generated code into your application and assemble it like IKEA furniture with missing instructions. Let's do a quick demo. Watch this. I will ask ChatGPT and Claude create a simple contact form with name, email, and message. We will do it side by side in both Claude and ChatGPT. Remember to write in Canvas when you are using ChatGPT and Claude. So ChatGPT was able to create this code in seconds. I can download this code, copy, edit, or run it in this Canvas environment. Same thing with Claude. It has created the code for us, and we can copy, download, or share with us. Seconds, we have a working code, but here's the thing. You're copying and pasting. There is no preview, there is no deployment, there is no real development environment. When to use ChatGPT and Claude? These are perfect for learning concept, quick scripting, debugging help, understanding code, brainstorming new ideas, and researching your idea and validating them. Their limitation is copy-paste workflow, no file management, no deployment. Let's go to our next tool. So our next tool is Figma Make. Figma recently launched Figma Make, and it is extremely powerful. It generates beautiful design and now has a super base integration as well. What makes it special? Design first approach. AI generate complete interface. They look beautiful. It is perfect for designers who want to code. Figma has a free tier as well as pro subscriptions. It helps you with design heavy applications, rapid prototyping, and team with strong design culture. If you're already a Figma power user, this is your gateway to coding. Once you log into your Figma, you will see an option for Make. This is where you can enter your prompt, hit enter, and it will create a beautiful design for you. Figma has finished making the design for us. And it will take you to the experience. This is a working prototype. See how it creates both design and it's a working code. I used Figma design to create the login experience for Sukhana. Surprisingly, Canva now offer code generation. And if you're a pro Canva user without any technical background, you can use Canva Code to build landing pages and marketing website. And we will create a product launch page with email sign up. And it's perfect for marketing pages. No coding experience required. Canva is available for free as well as pro subscriptions. When you open Canva, you will see a couple of options. One of them is Canva AI. There, select code for me and then type your prompt, enter, and it will create the code for you. It has created a landing page for us. You can check the code, copy it, or publish on Canva website. Now let's jump into the specialized AI coding tool. This is where my real journey began. Bolt.new, this completely hooked me on AI coding. 10 months ago, this is where I built my first real app. Bolt.new isn't just generating code. It's running a complete development environment in your browser. No installation, no setup. They are the first company to build a browser-based development environment. So let's jump into a live demo. We will build a personal expense tracker. When you go to Bolt.new, you can start with a free plan or pay $25 for a pro plan. It will ask you to log in. I log in with GitHub account and it will start coding for you. Look at this. In under a minute, it was able to create a working application for us. You can add expense and then you can delete it. I built many applications using Bolt. This is a tool directory for founders who are building SaaS applications. An admin dashboard, part-time founder website, the idea vault where I was trying to capture idea from multiple sources. What makes Bolt different is the web container technology that runs Node.js in the browser. They were the first one to come up with this technology. V0 was one of the first AI coding tool after ChatGPT. When you go to v0.dev, you see a clean interface ready to create. V0 is one of the easiest, most user-friendly, and reliable tool. It is my favorite tool and I highly recommend it. I still use V0 to host some of my applications and to build some quick fun tool. So watch this simple prompt. We'll ask it to build a landing page with pricing tables. It's creating the application for us. We have a beautiful landing page with clean, responsive design. V0 is perfect for landing pages, a small application, building a prototype with full functionality. It allows you to connect with GitHub. You can publish your application directly to production. Let me show some of the application that I have built using V0. This is a career leap app that I built for developers, part-time founders that guide a programmer to reuse some of the skills that they already have. It has a sophisticated blogging system and many free tools. I've also built funny answers using this. I built a landing page of one of my dream projects to build a discourage.me website. I have not able to get into that yet. And then recently I built a portfolio website for Akash Kundu. V0 is great for building prototype with full functionality. It allows you to connect your backend, database and everything. But when I started building Jevero, I needed something more robust. And that's when our next tool comes in. When I started building Jevero, Lovable became crucial. Lovable is built for complex production-ready applications. Its think mode is super powerful. I built multiple applications using this. An onboarding flow completely built by Lovable. Also created a many cron job in Supabase and Lovable was able to handle all of that. When you log into Lovable, you can also see some of the project from community. You can remix and create your own flavor. One of the things that it does that other coding tool does not is to give you a free security preview. It goes and scan your code as well as your connected Supabase database and give you security recommendation and then allow you to implement those security recommendations. It allows you to connect to your GitHub and Supabase. Lovable chat mode allows you to plan and think before you implement something. One-click deployment, GitHub integration, handle errors gracefully, and security analysis and fixes. I think the security analysis and fix is huge. It comes with a free plan that allows you to send 5 commands a day, or you can go for a pro plan for $25 and $50. Now, what if you're already a developer and want AI in your development environment? This is where Cursor comes in. After a few months with browser-based tool, V0, Lovable, Bolt, I graduated to Cursor. Cursor was the first desktop application I tried, and I love everything about it. When I'm in browser, I don't feel in control, but with the VS Code-like interface, I feel in charge and have more control over what AI is doing. This is where I feel like a real developer. When you go to cursor.com, you can download it on your machine, and once you install it, it looks similar to Visual Studio Code. When you open Cursor, it looks and feel like Visual Studio Code because it is a fork of the Visual Studio Code that they have then customized and added AI power. It comes with a chat window where you can select different options. I typically use agent option, and then you can change to a different LLM, ChatGPT 5, Claude 4, and other models, or you can set it to auto and Cursor will decide which model is good for the task that you're asking it to do. Here I have that project on my local machine, and I can ask Cursor to analyze it and tell me what it does, how it does it. It is going through all the files in the project to create the understanding, and then it will explain it. This is a very good technique for you to use if you have an existing project already built in Cursor or VS Code or any other tool. You can open them in Cursor, ask it to go through the code and give you an understanding. Then you can run this application locally, as well as you can ask it to make some changes. One other thing that I will show you is how can you make adjustment. So I will make one change here. I will change it to Pro Plus. All right, it's a small change. Then I will commit this change in my GitHub, and then this change will be synced with V0, and I will show you that. So the change that we made in Cursor is now visible in V0. For that, I open GitHub and I pull the changes that was made in Cursor to GitHub to V0, and I could do the same thing, make more changes in V0 and then push it to my GitHub and then back to Cursor where I will have to pull it. Same thing can be done in Bolt, Lovable, where you start a project in these tools and then sync it to GitHub and then open, clone it in your Cursor or VS Code. That's a powerful method where you can use multiple tools at the same time to build the same project. The only requirement is you start with one of these tools. Cursor also have a setting section where you can make customization based on how you want to use it. Additionally, you can add extensions. You can add custom instructions as well that Cursor will follow every time you ask it to do anything or create a project. I have built multiple applications using Cursor. The way I transition to Cursor is by opening the project that I have initially built with V0, Bolt, and Lovable. So now I can edit using VS Code like interface. Cursor has a free plan, and I'm using free plan. You can get a subscription for $20, $40, depending upon how much is your need. It is best for professional developers who already have existing large projects. It's worked very well with the team collaboration and complex refactoring, complex project, AI coding tool that gives so much power in developer hands. If you're a developer with the experience, I highly recommend to start with Cursor. You can have all the power of Visual Studio Code and then additional features that Cursor provide with AI coding. But if you really love VS Code and don't want to switch, at my day job, most of the programmers are using Visual Studio Code. You can supercharge it with AI extension. This is by far my favorite option these days. This is what I'm using to build my startup Sukhana, which has a React frontend and Python Fast API backend. I also use VS Code with GitHub Copilot to build Part-Time Founder. I started this website with V0 and then cloned it inside VS Code, asked GitHub Copilot to go through my project to understand, and then I started building more features one by one. It worked out really well because V0 started hitting their limitations, but then I was able to use GitHub Copilot with Claude Sonnet 4 and it became really powerful. So what you do to begin using VS Code with AI coding, there are a couple of options. The most popular option is you get the GitHub Copilot subscription and then enable these two. Once you enable that, you will be able to see this chat window in which you can change into agent, ask, or edit mode. You can also change a different model. The model that works really well is Claude Sonnet 4. You also have a ChatGPT 5, which you can try, but most of my coding was done using Claude Sonnet. The biggest power of using VS Code is you can open a existing project and ask GitHub Copilot to go through the code and explain it to you. When you're working with open source repository, you're trying to contribute something, you can ask GitHub Copilot to go through the repository and tell you what that repository does. And also it can analyze which one that you want to contribute. Another thing it does really well is to create a README file based on everything that code has. You can just ask one command to update your README file with the latest changes. Apart from GitHub Copilot, you also have other tool that you could use. There is a Sline that allow you to have a similar type of chat window where you can use your own API key from Claude, Anthropic, or ChatGPT. Same thing with Rucode. Pratyush and I had a live stream where we went over how to configure root code. GitHub Copilot costs just $10 a month. It have a free plan as well. It is perfect for existing VS Code users, senior programmers who have used VS Code for a long time. You can gradually adopt AI coding. Let's go to the ultimate powerhouse. This is where I am today after 10 months. Claude Code Max with CLI integrated with VS Code. When I hit the limit with basic AI coding tools, building complex features for Sakana, I upgraded to Claude Max. This combination is what separates hobbyists from professionals. What is Claude Code CLI? Claude Code is Anthropic official command line interface, but here's the magic. I use it inside VS Code, giving me full file system access, terminal integration, web browsing capabilities, and image understanding, complex reasoning. The very first time when you start using code, you will have to install it using these commands. You can run directly here in the terminal inside VS Code, or you can open terminal window from your MacBook. Similar steps apply to Windows computer. Once you're done with this, you would type Claude and this will start a session for you. In my case, I already have a session running, so you can resume a previous session using Claude and resume. And then you can type IDE to connect existing Visual Studio environment with the Claude code that allows Claude to work with the project that is opened. And then by typing model, you will be able to select which model that you want to use. I use Opus most of the time. I got the previous session loaded, and this is how I interact with it. My recent work was talking to Claude to understand what are my options to integrate AWS S3 to store the generated file, video and audio file. Typically, I will have a long conversation with Claude Code to understand different options, plan my strategy. I would do that by pressing Shift Tab, which will take me into a plan mode. And this is where I will do all my discussion and then I implement the plan. The power comes from Claude Code is well aware of the entire project. It can create, edit, delete files. It has terminal access. It can read the log files. It can run commands. You can run multiple terminal at the same time to do more than one processing. One other thing that it can do is to do a lot of automated testing for you, and it create the test file, it run them. So my personal setup, I started with Bolt, V0 and Lovable, then I moved to Cursor, then I moved to VS Code with Claude Sonnet, then I moved to Code with VS Code. If you're beginner, if you are just starting out, I would highly recommend to starting with V0, or you can also go for Lovable and Bolt, then move to either Cursor or VS Code with GitHub Copilot. That will give you a smooth transition into AI coding. So start with a small project in V0 and then evolve that and open that project in Cursor or VS Code and then continue to work on it. Start with 1 page or 2 page and then evolve it. And then you are learning with evolve with that. And that's exactly what I did. I built probably 50 projects so far. 10 of them was something that I truly thought will go to production and I will create a startup around it. What you want to do is to begin working on projects. And as many projects that you will build is more and more learning you will have, more involvement you will get. If you're a programmer, knows some complexity around, then go with Cursor or VS Code with GitHub Copilot. And then finally, when you're comfortable, when you need the superpower, then you go to Claude Code, and that's the max power that you will get. You can also use Codex from ChatGPT. One other thing that I would recommend, don't switch around the tools. Spend some time, couple of weeks with one tool and then go to the next. One other thing that I would say that all these tools are great. Some of the homework that I would suggest you to do, sign up for one of the tool, then build something very simple and then try to complete that project. Try to add more features to that project. Share your project with me and I would love to review it. I would love to provide you feedback on that. And then I can also provide some enhancement suggestions and answer your questions. So we are toward the end. That's your complete guide to the top AI coding tool that exists today. The exact path that I took 10 months ago to go from zero to build my startup in 10 months. I started with Bolt V0 Lovable, went to Cursor, moved to VS Code, Copilot, and now I'm using Claude Code Max. What took months before now takes days. There has never been the better time to start. So which tool matches where you are in your journey? Comment below. I read everything and love helping people level up. If this helped clarify your path, hit subscribe. Let's build something amazing together. Keep shipping, keep learning, and I will see you at the next level.